Hi, my name is Stan. I'm here on Manitoulin Island. And what I love about this is I love being around water. Being from Moose Factory, being on a tidal system, I love water. I love being close to water. Probably hear the waves gently rolling up along the shore. It's absolutely incredible. I love it here. I love water. I love it here for a couple of reasons. One reason that I want to talk about is I want to talk about those artifacts that were found in my territory. One of the earlier videos that I did was from the Lower Matagami site. And they found these rocks shaped like arrowheads, dating back a long ago. I am actually here at On Deck on the Conning, A-OK, love that acronym. And down this way is Little Current, and then around this way is Shigwenda. And you go further down this way past 10 Mile Point. I have some footage of that yesterday, and I was really on a roll yesterday, but the lighting wasn't right and it just looked silly. The camera, the shadow was starting to kind of slowly come across my chest. It looked kind of weird. So I kind of axed that, and here I am right now. But anyway, you go past 10 Mile Point, you get to Wikwemikong. But on the other side of the camera this way, if you keep going around this way, you'll hit Jiging. And Jiging is a really, really amazing place. Just like each and every one of these communities. But from what I've been told about Jiging, is that it makes reference to the rocks, it makes reference to arrowhead points. Love the sound of that, man. And I want to talk a little bit about that. Because the arrowhead points that were found in my territory, the homelands of the Moose Cree, we're talking about a 6-7 hour drive from here to get up to Kapuskasing and then 80 kilometers north. It's a long drive, man. But man, after days and weeks and months of a journey, perhaps the Anishinaabe people here, Manitoulin Island, and my people got together somewhere and exchanged goods. And I guess they just didn't exchange goods, but they told stories and they sang songs and they danced, practiced ceremonies. And when they exchanged those goods, which ultimately helped their nations continue to thrive and added to the quality of life of their people, I can't help but imagine how incredible their journey homes must have been, filled with so much hope. That these tools and these songs and these stories were going to help them and help future generations. Wow. So our people for a long time have been gathering and sharing. We've been relying on one another to thrive and survive. And that still continues today. Where nations from all across the country gather and we tell our story. We sing our songs and we exchange goods, which will ultimately help. I can't help but think that when we meet lately in the year 2014, with that same spirit of sharing and caring and exchanging assets, are we, like our ancestors, leaving that place excited about the future? Lately I've been seeing in the news that many people are going home frustrated, defeated. So many questions and not many answers. And those tools that perhaps were promised weren't exchanged. We're living in a different time, I guess, huh? But when I come together at a place like this with different nations, and I'm working with Wabatek this week, and there are people, First Nation and non-First Nation, working together. I opened up this morning and I talked about how substantial this event can be and should be. Because when people gather, it has to be substantial. And it has to be moving. We have to challenge one another. We have to present our asset and take an asset home so we can use it. And we need to make promises on what we're going to do with it to help our people when we get home. Man, some of those artifacts that we found back home were 4,000 years old. And to this day in 2014, we're still talking about those artifacts. We are talking about things that have occurred 4,000 plus years ago. Incredible stories, man. And those meetings, and those stories, and the assets that were traded shaped our nations. shaped our nations enough that we're strong and we're still here. We've survived so much. And the stories that we tell are not just happy stories, but they could be very sad and frustrating stories. But we thank our ancestors for what they did and what they shared. And I can't help but think about what would the future generations talk about our time here? Will they be thankful for the times that we got together? And in 4,000 years, will they be talking about us in a good way? I want them to be. I want them to say good things about us. I get excited when I'm in the room and I hear somebody talk about, let's talk about solutions, man. Let's talk about how we can make it better. That excites me. And if we focus perhaps a little bit more in these meetings and talk about hardcore solutions that are going to help not only us, but the people living over here in Serpent River, or for the ones in Shigwenda, or Shishigwaning, or Jabasing, or Birch Island, then we all become better. I need to. We need to be a part of the solution. Because if we're not, we're a part of the problem. What side are you going to stand on? Let's jump in that canoe and let's go. Let's go. Together. I'm Stan. That's what I'm thinking about. Thanks.